Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square. We're coming to cover the Southern District of New York, even as the war in Ukraine has started and the UN is failing again. But there's news. In the case of Ghislaine Maxwell, which we covered in great detail at the end of last year, in December. In the case of Ghislaine Maxwell, the rogue juror, Scotty David. We've named him, but let's call him Scotty David for now. It's known that he worked at the Carlyle Group, and it's known that after getting the okay from his employer, the Carlyle Group, he spoke out and said that he was a victim of sexual abuse. That's fine. It seems he didn't put it on the questionnaire, and he bragged that he convinced other jurors in the deliberations room. This has given rise to a motion for a new trial by Ghislaine Maxwell, and today it was announced by Judge Allison Nathan, who kept much of it confidential for a long time, who had no call-in line during the trial, that there will be a public questioning of Scotty David on March 8th. We will cover that in great detail because we want to know not just how he filled out the questionnaire, but the whole in and out, the whole tick-tock of how it happened that Scotty David threw the conviction, under a narrow prosecution, admittedly, of this global pedophile into question. How and why? We shall find out. We promised a report on the Netflix case. Netflix is very hyped down here. Netflix seeking to intervene in the Giuffre versus Dershowitz case to protect its news-gathering information from their lawsuit with Dershowitz, or by Dershowitz. It's been put over till tomorrow because they are still trying to talk about a protective order. But I digress. Last night, as we were from right down here, actually, since we're not allowed in the UN by corrupt Secretary General Antonio Guterres, live tweeting Security Council meeting in which there was a lot of hand-wringing, the war began. Putin announced a special military action and helicopters flew. And now today, the Ukraine ambassador, I'm impressed by him. He's something of a wild card. He's asked for a suspension of all non-essential UN meetings. Let me tell you, it's all non-essential. They don't hold their own peacekeepers accountable for raping children, so what can be so accountable? In any event, we're going to continue to cover that Ukraine crisis. You can find it online, innercitypress.com, to be continued.